Hello everybody, welcome back to SlydeBytes. First off, before I even get into anything with this video, just want to say real quick, thank you to all the veterans and everyone who has served and is serving currently. Appreciate you regardless of your field, regardless of your branch. Appreciate you so much and everything that you do, continue to do, have done, you will do. Thank you. This video is going to be dropped on Veterans Day. I have veterans in my family and friends. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Now, the video at hand. So I have an interesting idea here. I have a $130 Kramer Focus VT211S with Alnico V neck and middle position single coil pickups. I also have this beautiful, as gifted to me by my wonderful wife. Love you so much, Hannah. Thank you so much, seriously. I have this wonderful Fender player Stratocaster, made in Mexico. Beautiful guitar here, with Alnico V neck and middle position pickups. I am just very curious how a cheap guitar with the same magnet type pickups sounds versus an expensive guitar. And I'm calling this expensive. Fender doesn't call this expensive. They consider this a budget option, but this guitar can go anywhere from like around $700 to $909. To me, budget ends at $500. I'm just like anyone else. My videos aren't scientific. My gear isn't expensive. I am just a dude with a cheap Android phone camera, and I am recording this as best I can. And it is what it is. So, anyway. I work a full-time job. No one no one's helping me acquire gear unless it is bought for me by family and friends as a gift. So, I am just curious. There are differences. The Kramer here is using a mahogany body with a 21 fret neck. That's different. The Fender is a 22. But the Fender is an alder body. The Kramer is a mahogany body. Both are maple necks and fretboards. This is 22 frets, this is 21. Shouldn't be too much difference. Fender uses an Alnico 2 humbucking pickup in this guitar in the lead, and this one uses an Alnico 5, so that's not really a point of this. We're not going to go in positions 1 and 2 in this video. We're going to use positions 3, 4, and 5 on both guitars, so we can look at just the neck and the middle pickups of these guitars and see how they drive a tube amp. Because if you are familiar with tube amps don't lie. They show you everything and let you hear everything, every mistake you make, and they don't hide anything. This amp, right now the volume's on 0, so we don't have a lot of feedback while I'm talking here, but everything's going to be set on 5 across the board. You're going to hear how each of these guitars drives that amp, and I'm just curious, every pickup's going to be wound differently from different manufacturers, so I am just curious though what the difference between a $130 guitar with the same type of pickups, same type of, at least, coil, or I shouldn't say coil, the same type of magnet, I should say, same type of magnet type as a more expensive guitar from a very well, both Kramer and Fender are brands, but it's hard, Fender's like, everyone knows who Fender is. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So we're going to start off on position 3. So we're going to go 1, all the way down, 2, 3. Volume and tone will be all the way maxed on both guitars, and everything will be on 5 on the amp. And we're just going to hear right now how these drive it and what they sound like. And you can decide, hopefully it'll come through my cheap little rig here, my Android camera, but hopefully you'll be able to hear what I've been hearing myself here at home playing. We'll see. Here we go. Position 5. So, also wanted to mention, the Bugera is set to 5 watts right now. Everything, that way it's at its max power setting, so we're not getting any early breakup or anything from any, attenuator. Everything is going to be as the amp is intended. Alright, I'm going to turn this volume down for just a moment. We're going to switch to the Fender Player Strat. Alright. Okay. Okay. All the way down. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Okay. Everything maxed out on the guitar. Everything at 5 on the amp. Position 4. Position 5. Alright, so, did you hear it? I definitely heard it. To me, let's go ahead and turn this all the way back down. To me, this guitar sounds way deeper, way more bold. This, and by bold I mean bassier, more maybe more. It's a little inappropriate. A little more balls to the sound. This guitar has a lot more mid-range, bite, a little bit of a sweeter sound. Now I will say the body's thinner on this guitar, and again it is mahogany. The big thing to me that I was really wanting to keep consistent is I wanted these pickup heights to be pretty much the same. It's kind of hard to show in here, but I tried to keep the pickup heights relatively the same because I did a full step on both these guitars to make them sound how I wanted them to. But they're very different instruments. This one is, again, has a much more mid-range, a little, almost a sweeter in general sound, but it doesn't work for everything. This one is a much more, in my opinion, generalized tone. It sounds great, it sounds high quality, it's definitely a little louder and I think it actually is a little hotter, but I think in general, it is just bassier and a little bit more rounder of a tone, and a little bit fatter than this one. This guitar probably will work. In my opinion, I think this guitar's tone is a little bit more versatile. It fills in more places and can do more types of music more effectively. You can do any type of music on any guitar. I'm just going to put that out there. Whether or not it sounds good is up to the beholder or the listener. But as far as what I'm hearing, this guitar has a much more defined mid-range, which is good for a certain type of music. It's definitely good for, as I said in the video where I talked about this guitar, it's definitely good for a shreddier type of style, but it's also good for more of a mid-range poked bluesy tone, which I do like and for some of those bigger chords it's playing, it's a sweeter, a little bit more twangy, jangly tone almost than the Fender Strat, which, you know, Strats are kind of known for being a little jangly at times. Who knew? So, which do you prefer? Well, that's up to you. I know which one I prefer, but I definitely see a place for both. And I honestly have to say, there's not even a point in saying anything else. This is my favorite guitar. Without doubt, it's also my most expensive guitar I own. So it should sound good. Honestly, if it didn't sound good, I would be really sad. But it does. It sounds like what it is, an expensive, relatively speaking, guitar. This doesn't sound like a cheap guitar, but it definitely sounds different. You know, they're very similar guitars, both maple necks and maple fretboards, different tone woods. Again, I'm not going to get into that debate, but this is the thing about guitars. People may not understand why you have several, but let me tell you, there is a big difference between different guitars. There really is. Even guitars that are shaped very similar, look very similar as far as what they have, three knobs, you know, 2-tone and 1 volume, tremolo system, maple necks, you know, 6-string S-types. They may look similar, but they just sound so different. So guys, again, not a scientific video, never is with me. I am just one guy with a phone, camera, and my amp. We are using nothing else. That's just my steel slide from Fender, which I use for all kinds of stuff. Love those, by the way. This is just an unscientific video using nothing but guitar straight into an amp being recorded on a phone camera just to see if we could hear a difference. This is I consider what I do very similar to digital busking. I'm not editing these videos or cutting things out. You hear every mistake I make. You hear every good chord I make, every good and bad tone I make. I'm leaving in. Because I don't have anything to hide. I'm just here to show you and hope you hear what I'm hearing. Yeah. So guys, hope you liked the video. I've got a lot more content coming up geared at beginners and helping people. You know, we're coming up on, you know, the end of the year here, so we got a bunch of holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving and Black Friday. If it's a Black Friday holiday, I guess, yeah, maybe it's to some people. Yeah, and everything else, you know, all kinds of stuff going on. So if you are in the market for a guitar or gear, I hope I am going to have some helpful stuff coming up for you in the future to kind of help people get started in the right direction, because I've been doing this for 15 years playing guitar, and I've still got my first guitar, and my first 6-string anyway, and I'm very happy to say that, and, you know, I hope I can point some people in the right direction with some things. So, guys, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. You know, again, hope you could hear the differences I've been talking about this whole time, and yeah, plenty of stuff coming up in the future. Again, thank you to all of our veterans, and I will see you in the next video. Keep shredding, partners. Thanks for watching. Bye.